You ever find yourself staring at two options, say two sizes of coffee, and you just automatically go for the cheaper one? Yeah, it feels like the smart move, right? But what if I told you there's a simple, almost invisible trick that can completely change your mind? See, when there are only two choices, our brain turns it into a simple showdown, cheap versus expensive. And let's be honest, our instinct to save a buck usually wins that fight. But this is where a little bit of marketing psychology totally flips the script. Okay, so check out this lunch menu. For $8, you get pasta, salad, and coffee. Not bad. For $10, you get all that plus dessert. Now, faced with just these two, most of us would probably stick with the $8 option. That extra $2 for dessert kind of feels like a splurge, doesn't it? Right. This is where the magic happens. The restaurant doesn't have to change a thing about the first two prices. They just add one more item to the menu, and there it is, a $15 premium option that throws in a mini pizza. Now, just watch what your brain does. All of a sudden, that $15 price tag makes the $10 option look like a fantastic deal. It's not the expensive choice anymore. It's now the obvious smart one. So what's going on here? This powerful psychological nudge is called the decoy effect. That $15 lunch set, it's not really there to be sold. It's a decoy, and its only job is to make the $10 option, the one the restaurant really wants you to buy, look like the best possible deal on the menu. Here's the key insight. We judge value relatively, not absolutely. Our brains have no idea what a lunch set is actually worth. We just compare what's in front of us. And that decoy gives us a brand new high-end reference point that completely changes how we see that middle option. This chart shows it perfectly. With just two choices, the perceived value of that $10 set is pretty low. But you add the decoy, its value skyrockets in our minds. The price hasn't changed, the food is exactly the same, but the context has made it totally irresistible. And get this, there's even a kind of magic number for this strategy. Research shows that a price difference of around 20% is the sweet spot. That's the gap our brain needs to clearly label one thing as cheaper and something else as more expensive. So how do you actually use this? It's a pretty simple two-step game plan. First, you pick your target, the product you really want to sell, like that $10 lunch. Second, you set up your decoys, price a lower option just inside that 20% window, and then add a much more expensive premium choice to make your target shine. So the big takeaway is this. The best way to sell the thing in the middle is to add a third option. It's an incredibly powerful way to guide choices without saying a single word. So now that you know the secret of the decoy effect, you think you'll ever look at a menu the same way again?